Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is HD StarCraft, and I'm here to bring you guys Game 3 from Creator.Prime and MarineKing.Prime. Their in-house battle here in the Gigabyte Nvidia Invitational number 1. GG, 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 good luck coming out here. And this actually just made me think of something totally random, but I don't know how many of you guys are into K-pop, and how many of you guys have heard the song GG Baby Baby. That's a really good song by... I'm so bad with the names, but if you guys know, I'm sure a lot of you guys know what I'm talking about, and the answer is in the comments down below. Because GG baby baby, it's a great song. K-pop is so ridiculously addictive. It's almost like StarCraft 2. That's why they mix so well together. And now let's see what happens in this game, man. It is time for a Terran versus Protoss Game 3, and the map is Big Entombed Valley. Huge ass map. It is that big, man. It's a big ass map, and we'll see what happens here. The probe making its way over to the bottom right hand corner, gonna get itself up the ramp and check to see what MKP is doing. If there's ever an importance to scouting in any StarCraft 2 matchup, there has to be importance upon extra emphasis of importance against MarineKing.Prime. You really want to get in there and see what he's doing, because if you don't know, then he's gonna get you, man. That's how MKP thrives. That's how he's so, well, I don't want to say that's how he's so good, but that's one of the tools he uses to become such a talented player, to become such a winner in the eyes of many, you know? So you gotta scout, you gotta know what he's doing. In Creator gets his probe in here and he sees, okay, command center first. But that's where MKP will get you. You have to scout upon scout, because remember in that game I casted where MKP went CC first, and then he said, nah, I'm just going to go all in. I think that's what I'm going to do now. So you really got to be careful. And, you know, if you're not on your toes, especially if you're his teammate, I would add on, then, you know, you can fall victim. Now, Creator did win the last game, and MKP won the first one. So the series is tied up right now. And whoever wins this one, it'll still be going on to a Game 4, because this is a best of 5. We'll just have to see what happens. SCV and Probe just kind of dueling it out right now, but Creator letting the Probe shields regenerate, has more effective hit points, I guess you could say, than the SCVs, but he's doing a great job of keeping that Probe alive inside the main base. This is so important, you know, against MKP. I already said this, but I'll reiterate again. So important, especially since he went CC first. There won't be any Marines, and he can confirm that CC goes up and gets that additional level of comfort. So he knows that, you know, it's increasingly unlikely something weird is going to happen. And it looks like now he's going to pull his probe back as the Nexus is coming up at the front door. He did alter his build a little bit. He did not go Gate, Cyber Core, and then Nexus. Looks like he added on the Gate and then added on the Nexus upon scouting the CC first. So it's a bit of a hybrid here, but it's designed to let him not fall too far behind in economy. And that's really important here. Like I said, you don't want to fall behind in economy in any match of StarCraft 2. Creator gets in there, you know, originally was probably going to go Gateway, Cyber Core, and then contour his build accordingly, but thanks to the fast scout, he throws down the Nexus before the core. And, you know, it's just going to be a little bit behind the Terran player eco-wise, but not too far behind. 3 Marines now making their way out across the map for MarineKing, and we'll see how well he can micro these Marines. There is a Stalker, though, so the thing about Stalkers is they have more range than a Marine, and they're faster than a Marine as well. So it's very you got to be careful. You don't want to let those Marines go in there, because they can be hunted down by the Stalker. But it looks like MarineKing gonna bring an SCV 3, SCV 5. Whoa! What the heck is going on? And that's what I was talking about. Oh God! MarineKing going for the all-in, and this is exactly what you have to be careful about. Creator has nothing here but a Stalker and probes. This is absolutely insane. MarineKing is gonna look to take a victory right here and now. He says screw it. He wants to take the win, but Creator's Stalker micro pretty damn good here, pulling probes off the line, pulls that Stalker away, but could not save it in time. And now it's just probes against SCVs with one Stalker in the background, Marines coming in as well. SCV trying to finish off that bunker, but it was not able to finish. Creator with brilliant micro kills off the SCV building the bunker. Now these 3 SCVs, Mineral walking away, but they're solid in the red. Can they get the bunker up? The bunker comes up, and the Marines get inside. Holy crap, this is insane. And MarineKing somehow gets that bunker up at the very last second, and now can micro all day long against this Nexus. If this bunker had not gone up, Marine King would have lost this game. He lost so many SCVs, but it actually looks like he was able to kill off a good chunk of probes himself. So right now he does have the edge. Both players at similar number of harvesters, despite Marine King pulling off so many SCVs off the line, and now he's double expanded. This is absolutely insane, guys. He has double expanded to make up for any loss of economy as he's bringing more SCVs to try to reinforce his attack, but the bunker has gone down. Stalker's now getting a great position against the Marines, and Creator.Prime has been able to hold on to the front door. The Nexus only absorbing some permanent damage on its armor, but it will have its shields regenerated, so no big loss to Creator. When you look at it from, you step back and you look at this game from a relative standpoint, comparing to Marine King, really not too much damage done. And could we have a reset after that absolutely insane opening from Marine King? And I was talking about it for like a good 3 minutes. You never know, man. When you play against Marine King, it is seriously a bag of tricks, man. And he was able to pull out one of the funny ones right there. It was not enough to take out Creator, though, due in large part to Creator's really good micro. He kept a lot of his stalkers alive. He was able to micro his probes very well. He forced a lot of SCV kills, even though he lost probe kills. And so now it's really been a reset. Both players have reset, but the problem, I think, is Creator does not realize that Marine King has a slight upper hand here. Marine King did go for an extra CC down below his base, and right now, oh, that's such a good pro. What a pro stalker, man. The 11 kill instructor stalker, teaching all of us noobs how to be a real stalker. And it goes in here completely ballsy. It even forces the orbital command to lift off. School that, son. And now this orbital command has to go back to base and land. Too scared. Marine King doesn't want to let it get sniped out, and really he wasn't mining from this location anyway, so why risk it out there when he hasn't even saturated his 2 in bases yet? But the more important thing is Creator got a scout off with that 11 kill instructor. It is right here, by the way. We'll keep our tabs on that lucky little guy. And he, by seeing that, he says, okay, I know what you're up to, and I'm going to throw up a Nexus right now. And, keep up economic-wise. I don't want to fall behind. Oh, man, this is a crazy game. The rocks are starting to get worked down right now from Creator, so he can get easy access over to his base, but it looks like Marine King going for an all-out marine attack. It's a legion of his finest warriors here. He doesn't have stim, he doesn't have combat, he has nothing. This is such an awkward timing for Marine King, but already the game started off so weird, so why not, man? Awkward turtle timing, whatever you want to call it. Marine King is going in when you least expect it, and Creator almost getting caught off guard right there, but I think MKP now saying, well, that's actually a lot of stalkers. You're gonna have to be careful here. Without stim, they are faster than me, they have longer range than me, so I have to be really careful. The longer he stays here, he did get a stalker, but the longer he stays, the more risky it gets for Marine King until he finishes stim pack. Likewise, I guess Creator realizing, hey, there's an inherent risk here because stim could be finishing any moment, and he didn't want to get caught with all of his stalkers in the middle, just gonna get mowed down by those Marines. Still going back to work on those rocks, and finally, the rocks have gone down. And Creator now can begin to mine over here as his probes start to saturate the 3rd natural. Robotic support bait coming up from Creator as well. So this is really the difference, I think, when you look at a pro gamer and you look at a kind of a semi-pro amateur or even the lower leagues, for you to be able to pull off that kind of all-in and for the opponent to be able to counter it so effectively, and only 12 minutes in the game now. Both players have reset, and they are looking like they never stumbled at all. There was never a falter. There was never a stutter. Look at them. They're already going up to Colossus with Blink. All the upgrades coming from the Terran side. They're both on 3 bases. This is really, really high-level stuff, guys. And it's very difficult to do, Marine King is using surprise as his best, tactic. Unfortunately, Creator, being his teammate, has sniffed it out now and has been able to counter it twice. But now both players are going to rely on their mechanics, on their understanding of the late game, not the early game, to be able to take this victory. And this is really going to pit all their skills, all their talents, all their knowledge together here in this battle to find out who's going to win. And the funny thing is, it's not even going to find out who's going to go on to face Nurchio, because whoever wins this, you still got to go to a 4th game. It's 1-1 right now in a best of 5. So if this is the best we see, I don't think it's gonna be the best we see. The best might be saved for last, guys. Marine King always has an uncanny knack to do that, and Creator, also a very good Protoss, extremely talented. Here we go. We have double medevacs coming in from both sides here. And Marine King looking to do a little bit of tactics, but it looks like Creator already prepared. Look, man, he's splitting his army to the north and to the south. He knows. He's got an observer there, and he's well aware of what's about to happen. He's already got a Stalker and a Zealot back here. He's going to have to bring back a couple more forces, actually send some of his Zealots up to the main, thinking a drop would happen over there. Meanwhile, cleans up to the drop over at the third Nexus, and at the same time, there was a bit of an attack, it looked like, from Marine King at the front door. Marine King now utilizing the distraction to maybe ram his way up the secondary ramp, but he's gonna have to be careful. Meanwhile, his drop's still doing pretty good damage here, and you might be wondering, why hasn't Creator cleaned this up already? It's because he sent the minimal amount of forces back here so that he would not lose any firepower in his main army should Marine King decide to attack forward. That's a big mistake Protoss make. They send too much back, or they send everything back to defend against the drops, and then they get rammed up the front door, and they're done. They're just dunzos. But Creator handled that very, very well. He analyzed and dissected the situation. He realized two medevacs are coming in, one from the left, one from the right. He split his army apart perfectly, just as cost efficiently as he could. He scrounged and scrimped every penny, and he was able to keep enough forces at the front door to deter any frontal attack as well. And remember, guys, Terran players have their strength in the mid-game. Marine King, as this game continues to go on, I think it becomes less likely that he wins against Creator. Creator is a fantastic late-game Protoss, and Marine King is a fantastic early to mid-game Terran. So he has to try to end the game here early. I think he's going to go in on a snipe on the Colossus. What a drop! Wow, that's an insane drop, and he picks off Colossus now. He's got to be careful. How long is he going to stay here? He should actually evacuate right now, but he runs into an Archon, and I guess he was trying to micro right there one of his weakened medevacs so that his fully loaded ones would not die, but unfortunately he did lose half of his army. But I don't know, that was seemingly a pretty decent trade. He did kill off a Colossus, and right now it does look like Marine King going right away into a fourth base. Already has that landed, in fact, totally mealed up as well. Income for him just skyrocketing up to 3,500 right now. And in the meantime, units lost. Protoss has lost more as well. And if we look at the supply tabs, it does look like Marine King slightly pulling ahead here. He did lose his flag-bearing factory, it looks like, but that's okay. And now we have the transition into Charge Lot Archon. Well, I guess the Charge Lot Archons have been out here for a while, but the transition into Templars, possibly for Storm. And by the way, guys, the Storm upgrade is done. So Creator now is going to have, finally, a way to supplement his AoE with the almighty Psionic Storm. And, you know, that's a good way to get rid of tightly clumped balls of Marine and Marauder, and even Vikings. And it looks like right now Marine King feeling like he can push forward. Do note, his upgrades are not nearly on par as the Protoss, who's about to finish 3-3, but for now it is identical at 2-2, so Marine King has a slight window here to make another attack. Gonna go in for the Colossus snipe, picks off one, very nicely done by Marine King. The Templars still don't have enough energy for Storm, or perhaps they do, but they just got EMP'd. Great EMPs by Marine King, and Marine King gonna go in here now looking really strong, has a bigger army, has EMP'd a large chunk of the Protoss army. Look, none of them have shields, and Marine King is gonna be able to take out the Nexus for sure. And now the only question that remains is, will he continue on this march, or will he pull back and try to play a little bit more passively? I think he knows that he's got his opponent against the ropes. I think he smells the blood, sniping for that Templar kill, or excuse me, stimming for that Templar, stimming for the Templar kill, and decided against that for a second there as he ran into most of the Protoss army. Now is going to stim up the rest of his army as the Protoss goes in for the engage. Creator, though, not in the best position, launches a storm out, but pretty much whiffs the storm. And Creator has to pull back, waiting for more reinforcements to arrive. There's the Colossus, and is there enough Vikings in the air? Only two. I don't know if these two Vikings will be able to take out the Colossus, and the reinforcements for Creator arriving just in the nick of time. Don't forget, this entire battle, or at least the last few minutes of it, Creator got 3-3 finished, while his Marine King did not have his 3-3 done, and all of a sudden, just because of the upgrades, and perhaps partially because of the Colossus, and maybe because half of his Vikings weren't fighting, he just lost the battle. Marine King overextended after killing off the Nexus, left part of his Vikings away and AFK, and now there's a Warp Prism warping stuff inside his base. I don't know how long that was going on for, but it looks like he was able to finally clear it up, but now he's going to lose not only his 4th base, but also potentially 2 command centers now morphing into orbital commands. This is absolutely insane. Marine King looking for a second there like he had everything going for him, and all of a sudden, in a blink of an eye, mismanagement from his Vikings, not having superior upgrades, and a Warp Prism in his main base doing who knows how much damage, but right now Marine King certainly on the back foot, is possibly going to lose this game. And does he even realize that half of his Vikings are just AFKing on the other side of the map? I would argue not. He probably still doesn't know about it, or he would have brought them back into his army now to fight against the Colossus. Oh, does he so dearly need those Vikings right now? The Warp Prism still warping in more reinforcements on the low ground. And now, Creator.Prime looking like he's got enough for the kill. What a storm! About half of its damage being done there to the Marine Ball. And now it's looking like Creator is almost certainly going to take the victory in an unbelievable turn of events yet again. Creator will turn the comeback around and get the W. I guess turning the comeback around wouldn't make sense, but, you know, getting the comeback in this game. Now, if Marine King can somehow pull away and magically win this game, that would be turning the comeback around. But I don't think that's possible at this point. He just lost the natural expansion. Zealots are wailing away on his barracks and reactors. He's scrambling for resources and forces on the map, but there's nothing you can do, man, when there's this many Protoss knocking through your base. And this is it, man. I think Marine King might just be in a little shock and awe. It's like, did I really just lose this game? How is this possible? And there we go. He brings the Vikings back, and now he's got to be hitting himself in the head. Oh, man. If those Vikings had been there in the engagement, he would have probably taken out the Colossus and then been able to take out the rest of the ground troops with his Marine Marauders. I mean, that was just one step to solving the problem. The other step was probably not fighting until his 3-3 finished. But that was just absolutely insane. Beginning to end, one of the most action-packed, densely packed kill games I've seen in a while. And you know what, I just want to go ahead and rewind and see how long that Warp Prism was inside the Terran base and what kind of damage it was doing. Oh man, it looks like the most important thing about this Warp Prism drop is it cut off the line of reinforcements. That is where that Warp Prism really came in, because it stalls the reinforcements from coming in and helping these stranded Marines and Marauders in the middle of the map. Still don't have +3/+3 still. And yeah, that was a crazy comeback by Creator.Prime, who is now leading the series 2-1. We are going to go on to game 4 and find out if Creator can win this set and take it all the way to Nurchio, who's waiting for him in the grand finals, or if MarineKing.Prime is going to be able to turn around the comeback. We'll find out in the next cast, guys. This is HD, signing out.